harsh reality of becoming an adult. It's kind of a taboo topic to talk about with people trying to succeed or trying to grow up. It's kind of like you don't really want to talk about how you're struggling because everyone wants to talk about how they're succeeding in what they're doing. And yeah, no one really likes to talk about failure, but I'm here today to talk about 3 things that I found really important to me as becoming an adult recently, and how I'm still not perfect with them and I'm improving time on time again. And I think it's really important that you guys are able to isolate these same 3 things as me and improve upon them, or you will ultimately fail as an adult. So the main point that I struggle with being an adult is the accountability. And a lot of people struggle with accountability for the sole reason is that they go from school where you're held accountable by teachers, parents, etc. But now, no one cares. Like, obviously my parents do care of what I do, but realistically, they're not going to stop me from scrolling on my phone all day, watching TikTok all day. It's down to me to what I do with my time. And now, yes, obviously, I'm not saying I'm spending all day scrolling on TikTok, but obviously I can improve and utilize my time better. But the sole reason that I find myself doing it more is that I'm accountable for everything that I do, but I don't know what to do because I haven't been accountable for the last 18 years. And obviously my accountability, my parents have done the best they could, but I feel like there's a huge jump from being 17, 18 years old, still being at school, to where I am now at uni, a couple months into uni, thinking like, crap, dude, this is serious. I gotta be accountable for everything I do. And the reality of this accountability is that people will tell you what to do or say, oh yeah, you should do this, but ultimately it's down to you. And whether you want to get a job, whether you want to work out, whether you want to run, whether you want to eat the right food, whether you want to do certain activities, it's all down to you. There's no excuses for you to say, oh, well, my parents aren't letting me, or I can't do it because of this sole reason. You are solely accountable. As soon as you start taking action and accountability for everything that is in your life, that's where you start to find yourself more in control of what you're doing and being more successful. Because before you're able to get away with blaming things or coming up with excuses, but now as an adult, you're solely accountable for what you do and you can't make up these excuses. So I think it's really important that you guys improve on your accountability, especially if you're not an adult yet or if you're still at school. It's really important to get better at accountability and being yourself. And now obviously my accountability is not great, that's why I'm talking about it, as I feel like if I'm able to talk about it on here, I'm able to put that into action and improve myself, because I am a strong believer is you are what you preach. Obviously, if I'm talking about it, I'm actively trying to improve on it. Now, the second topic that I really want to talk about that's really important to me is that no one cares. Like, literally no one cares what you do as an adult. As a kid, kind of at school, you're in this perpetual cycle of seeing the same people over and over again. And I think you kind of care about what others think, or what your parents think, what your brothers think, what your friends think, what people at your school think, what people at your soccer team think, etc. But now as an adult, you just don't really care. And obviously, I feel like I've above most people my age, and they still struggle with caring about what others think. I still do care to some aspect of what others think, what other people perceive me as. But realistically, as an adult, no one would care. Like, literally no one would care if you walked into the city without a shirt on. Like, no one will literally care. Like, it's not important. I think it's vital that I get this message across to you that it doesn't matter what you do. Like, literally no one will care. No one really cares about me making videos at the end of the day. I haven't really been bullied or scrutinized for it or anything. Like, some people have made some jokes, but I don't really care at the end of the day. And I think the point I'm trying to make here is, being an adult, no one will care what you do, whether it is scrolling on your phone all day or whether it is running outside every day, being David Goggins, bro. No one will care what you do at the end of the day. It's up to you, and that's really important. You should care and take pride in yourself and what you're doing, because no one else cares what you do. Like, literally, if I talk to someone about saying, oh yeah, man, I ran a marathon, they might be like, oh yeah, that's sick, bro. But 10 minutes later, no one really cares other than yourself. Obviously, you have close family and friends that will care. Majority of the people you interact with at the end of the day do not care. And as simple as that, guys. Whether you want to make a YouTube channel, whether you want to write a book, whether you want to do all sorts of things, whether you want to be a PT, whether you want to be a teacher, etc. There's so many aspects that people are kind of scared of because they feel like people are judging them. But as an adult, I literally don't care about what other people do myself. Like, I'll see some random person walking around the uni looking like a schmuck, and I literally won't care. And they don't care either, because my perception of them is irrelevant. And I think it's really important you guys understand this, that your perception to everyone else should be irrelevant to some aspect. Obviously, there's nuance to this, saying that, oh, well, if you stink, like, no one's really gonna like you or talk to you. But like, that's obviously very different. But if you were to wear a singlet to uni or out and about, no one will literally care, like, at the end of the day. The point I'm making here is that you're solely responsible for how your body looks. If you want to walk every single day for 10 minutes, you've got plenty of time to do that. If you want to run for 30 minutes, even for an hour, you've got enough time. If you want to work out 5 times a week, you have enough time to do so, and you're solely responsible for it. So I don't really want to hear any excuses that are saying, oh, well, I'm fat because of this, or because, oh, I can't eat food like this, like, or my diet's really bad and it's because I love certain foods. Well, yeah, it's because you're weak at the end of the day. And being an adult, I've realized, is that it's so important for you to accept that you're weak in certain areas and look to improve it, instead of just saying, oh, well, yeah, I'm never going to get better at it. Because it's the same with like working out. It's the same analogy that I'm going to use. If you sucked at chest press, for example, or your chest genetics, if you sucked at your chest was really small, you got 2 options. You either say, oh, well, no, I don't really want to train my chest because my chest is small and it'll never get bigger, and, you know, I don't know how to do it. Or you could, the second option, the most logical option for me, is work out your chest more often, maybe consult a PT, do research online, make sure you're eating the right foods. And it says a lot about being an adult now, is that everything that you have in your life, you're able to control. And going back to this third point, is your diet is so important. You're solely responsible for what you eat, how you act, how much sleep you get, because you're an adult. And at the end of the day, I'm still learning, and we're all still learning as we become older. But I feel like myself, I'm slowly maturing faster than most people I know, because the sole reason that I'm accepting responsibility for everything I do. As soon as you start taking responsibility for everything you do, you're starting to mature. And I feel like a lot of people, especially my age, that they will come up with excuses on why they can't do certain things. And at the end of the day, it's really going to impact them in the long term, which is why I'm trying to make a video on this, is that a lot of people will still say, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or this or that. Dude, you're an adult. You can literally do whatever you want. So anyways, boys, that's 2 uploads in 1 week. Let's go. We're back at it, boys. I'm going to be doing 1 talking head video and 1 more edited videos. They're both great videos. I equally think they're both as important as each other. If you're still here, like, if you've not dropped a comment, dropped a like and subscribe, what are you doing, man? Yeah, seriously, bro. You still here? All right, do it, man. Anyways, see you later, boys.